Hi there. Welcome to the 2021 Home Styles Home and Renovation Show, the virtual edition. I'm Jessica Bonish, and I am the Director of Marketing and Major Projects with the Saskatoon and Region Home Builders Association. It's my pleasure today to welcome you to the Star Phoenix virtual main stage. All month long, we have been bringing you Home Styles, the virtual edition, at homestylesonline.com. We've got contests going, of course, the best in home and renovation has to offer in our virtual booths. And every weekend, we've been bringing you live sessions with our experts. It's my pleasure today to introduce our expert, Michael Shaw from Centennial Kitchen and Bath. He's going to be talking about bathroom trends. Now, I don't know a lot about this, so I, for one, am very excited to learn along with you today. As this is a live session, we do encourage you to send your questions to Michael. He's going to be doing a presentation, and we're going to follow it up with a question and answer period at the end. So you can pop your questions in the YouTube chat box down below. Now, before I pass the stage on to Michael, I do want to assure you that we are following proper COVID protocols here at our virtual main stage. Although we won't be masked when we are talking to each other, our entire crew is. We're following proper social distancing protocols and making sure to sanitize those hands. And of course, we encourage you to do the same as well. All right, without further ado, I'm going to pass it along to Michael so he can talk about bathroom trends.
All right, well, I'm so excited to be here. Thank you very much. I'm thrilled to be here to talk about bathroom trends in 2021. I'm Michael Shaw. I'm with Centennial Kitchen and Bath. We do kitchen renovations, bathroom renovations, and we also have Centennial Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical, which is for in-home service. We do hundreds of renovations every year, and we have a really great design team that walks people through renovations. And so I'm actually not the expert here, but I got together with the incredible people that we have, and I picked their brains, and together we came up with 2021 bathroom trends. So it's a little bit different this year. Usually I'm in front of people up here, just picturing that everybody's naked, just so that I'm not too nervous. This year, maybe you actually are. I don't even know. It's 2021, and COVID has really changed our lives. And the trends are real in kitchens and bathrooms as well. And you'll see it as we go through our presentation here. COVID's affected our lives. We've spent more time at home, and we're really creating spaces for ourselves. Spaces for when we're spending this much time inside that we're really gonna love and really speak to our own personalities. So I talked about my team. My team at Centennial is really incredible, and I wouldn't know any of this if it wasn't for them. My job is easy. I am the leader of operations, and really I just get a team of really creative and talented designers, carpenters, plumbers, electricians together, and my job becomes easy. So thanks to them for helping me with this, and thanks to all of you for being here. So just a little bit more about my background. I grew up in Saskatoon. I moved away for a while and came back to join our family business. There's only a couple of things that I'm famous for. Actually, really nothing. But one time I had a trainer who told me that if I just worked out a little bit more, I could be the best Jewish looking guy in all of Western Canada. So that was something. Anyways, we're here. We're talking 2021 bathroom trends, and let's jump right into it. So the National Kitchen and Bath Association just completed their annual survey. that we're going to go through right now. So without further ado, let's get into some of the pictures. I met with our team at Centennial, and I wanted to bring it right down to the ground. What are we actually doing here in Saskatoon? And here's kind of some of the things that they were talking about. So first of all, this is from Ames Tile. It's large format tile. And this by 39-inch tile going in, very few grout lines. We're even seeing 36 by 72-inch tile going in, and it's beautiful. Some of the technology that's come in ceramic tile is just incredible. The screen here is porcelain tile, not marble like it looks like. And in a bathroom setting, it's just such a better option than having to maintain natural stone. So we're seeing a whole lot of that. Other trends you're going to see throughout a lot of these pictures: freestanding tubs, a barrier-free or minimal barrier shower to get into, and lots of light coming in. Here's a floating vanity. We're seeing a lot of floating vanities these days, and I'd say, for me, unfortunately, we're starting to see the vessel sink peer its ugly head in again. Not my favorite thing in the world, but it does really look beautiful. You'll see here that there's some mixed metals in the picture. We're seeing a lot of that. It's not if you're going black, you got to stay black. We've got coppers and blacks and golds all coming into the same design scheme. Again, easy to clean and spacious, minimalist, so that you can really be comfortable in your bathroom. Terrazzo, which is something some people may have never expected to see ever again in their lives, is now a popular design style. And it's mostly tile that is made to look like terrazzo rather than actually pouring a terrazzo floor. But it's come back. Again, we've got easy to clean, very few grout lines. The vessel sink in this one and the freestanding tub that we're looking at really bring in those natural elements and are really just so beautiful. And then there's a little bit of extra added storage, and especially in kind of a minimalist or wanting things to feel not cluttered kind of picture like this one, we need to have concealed storage spaces. And that vanity does have a couple of drawers. We're seeing a lot more drawers than shelves. We're not really seeing as much wrapped up towels that are going to be rolled up towels that are going to be on display. And just clean lines, we're really seeing a lot of that. Again, large format tile, easy to clean, hard surfaces on the wall. This has been big lately, is tiling walls or even a sheet of glass like you'll see on the back of this one. And then the really long niche is actually kind of a cool storage feature and a little design element that really brings some interest to this space. I hope we start getting out of those kinds of sinks that we're looking at right now. So a lot of these pictures seem to have that. And notice natural light. That's kind of a big theme through all of these too. There's windows that we're adding to bathrooms and really letting in as much light as we possibly can. Hard surface walls and floating vanities. Floating vanities, I talked about it already, but it's easy to clean underneath. It really does make it feel like there's more space in your bathroom. Even kind of a smaller, normally designed bathroom, 9x5 or 10x5 bathroom, if you add a floating vanity in there, it really does feel a little more airy. And then cleaning underneath it is actually quite easy to do. Then the hard surface walls, again, it just hard to damage, looks beautiful, and is easy to clean. On to the next floating vanity. This is just an example of how we can take a very normal 10-foot by 5-foot bathroom and turn it into something that's quite spectacular. Tub, floating vanity, toilet on this side. Often you'll see the toilet on the other side of the vanity as well. The key to that is a toilet that has it's a skirted toilet so that you don't have all the cleaning to do in and around it, and it's really a lot more easy to keep maintained. And really light, breezy. We are starting to see off-whites come back, and they were kind of not around for a while. So the ivories and cream kind of colors are starting to come back into our world. This is a floating vanity made by Wet Styles. It's one of our kind of higher end and more creative lines, and it's natural, it's wood, the beautiful grain going through it, and creative storage space. Some of the hardware on these drawers, it's amazing. It pops out with almost no effort at all, and it's really durable. This floating vanity, again, makes it feel like you've got more space and it's not taking up a whole bunch of room, even though it does have some pretty great storage options in it. Creativity. Creativity when it comes to vanities, for sure, is coming in. We're seeing clients come by who want a bright red vanity, or something that looks like it's really old, but the rest of the bathroom is super modern. And it's really reflecting people's own design styles, and it's pretty amazing that way. Another floating vanity. There's a few other things going on in this picture. First of all, it's clean, it's bright. Integrated lighting is a big trend right now. So rather than having a light bar on top of your vanity mirror, lighting behind the mirror like we were seeing in this one, and then recessed lighting in the ceiling to just make it feel like it's natural light and really bright. We're also seeing a lot of exposed plumbing. That seems to be making a comeback. Even in the traditional, on the traditional end of things, you can see kind of a more decorative trap underneath some of these sinks, and even in showers, shower columns are starting to become pretty popular to get exposed plumbing on shower columns. Mixed media floors, and this one's so beautiful. Different textures and styles in the same room when it comes to flooring. We're seeing quite a bit of that, and it's, again, there's just this creativeness. People have time to think through their projects, and they're trying to find one thing that goes really well with another. So over here, we've got tile, a pretty intricate tile, and then it's a hexagon shape over behind it. I've seen some really interesting designs where the hexagon shapes kind of come out, and then we're blending the two tiles together, and it just really gives this really great mixed media feeling. Obviously, they need to be complementary, but not exactly the same. Light, windows, greenery, natural feeling. Notice the stool beside the freestanding tub. People are spending time in these rooms and need a place to put something down, need somewhere to put your book, and just what a beautiful space. The other really cool thing that we haven't really seen before is people are bringing real rugs rather than bath mats into their bathrooms. And you'll see some pictures going forward here, but there's some real creativity going on with that. So this is natural light and stone and wood and lighting that actually is a showpiece for the room. So we're also seeing we're seeing recessed lighting and mirror back lighting, but we're also seeing just these statement pieces. So this one in particular, it's so beautiful, just kind of bringing you back to old times, but mixing it with this minimalist, natural feel. It really works well together. Again, we have a beautiful rug sitting in front of the freestanding tub. Bringing outside in. So we're still in this natural / organic feel look, but this one, we've got the exposed concrete in the back, and we've got light coming in. We've got greenery and a black tub. And we're starting to see this, not so much in our showroom yet, but in the design world, we're starting to see black tubs come back. But what a beautiful space that is. And spacious. That's definitely a big trend. We're seeing it here too. But it's not about putting a tub right in between the shower and the toilet. Most people we're finding, if they don't have an incredible amount of space, they're actually enlarging their showers and doing away from a tub. But then if we can make the bathroom big enough, making these incredible spaces. Vessel sinks again. Not my thing, but we are starting to see them come back. Some are better than others. Some of the biggest complaints about vessel sinks, they look fantastic, but when you're actually using them, these ones at least, they're wide. You've got actually quite a lot of room to work with. Cleaning underneath them doesn't seem like a big problem, but we have seen in the past that there's been some pretty odd looking vessel sinks or really high ones that they're hard to wash your face with and they're hard to actually functionally use. But we are starting to see them come back. We do have a few in our showroom and we have been selling some. Just my own preference is not there, but lots of people love them. Barrier-free showers and accessibility trends in general. It used to be that the accessible bathroom was something that people really didn't want to have. And now it's really more about designing so that you can live your entire life in your house, or that somebody can live their entire life in their home. So the beauty is still there. In barrier-free showers, not only is it accessible, but it's actually it's really beautiful. Lots of people are making their bathrooms into an entire wet room, so it actually doesn't matter if the water comes out from the shower. In this case, this one looks more like we're trying to contain the water into the shower, and it slopes enough just so that the water doesn't come out. There'll also be a little barrier on the bottom of that shower glass door that will keep the water in. So, but what a sleek, beautiful look that is. Again, natural stones, woods, light, all these trends that we're seeing. Another example of a barrier-free shower. This is more of a traditional bathroom, but not traditional like we were seeing before. We're now not seeing as much detail. The brass/gold craze is still here. Some of you might be wondering if your old brass fixtures are going to do the trick. Well, not really. It's a bit of a different finish, and it's typically a brushed finish rather than a real polished finish. So if you think you can keep yours, you might be right, but most likely you'll still be looking to upgrade. But it is back, and old trends come back. That's where we're at now. But it's really an interesting modern twist on bringing the 1990s back to today. But you'll see here there's a linear shower drain in the back, so just nice, clean, and a barrier-free entry so that it can be an accessible bathroom and just so that it can look really great. There's also lighting underneath the vanity, under the toe kick there, so more integrated lighting that you see. This is an example of a wet styles barrier-free shower in an accessible bathroom. This is a great option. These can be customized to fit whatever size we need them to fit. So rather than tiling and making a custom shower base, which has a whole bunch of grout lines and requires some maintenance, we've been able to take these barrier-free showers and actually cut them down to the size we need. And so that's pretty interesting. It gives us lots of flexibility in a bathroom. You'll also see that we're seeing a lot more integrated drains. So you can't see the chrome grill on the bottom of the shower, and it just looks like one shower base or one free-flowing material. The other option for not so much barrier-free, it does take quite a lot of work to put a barrier-free shower in. If you're not taking out the entire floor and maybe raising some of the levels of the floor, sometimes you have to settle with an almost barrier-free shower. And if it doesn't work for full accessibility, but if you want to live longer in your house and you just can't step over a large threshold, this is a good option. Similar to the barrier-free shower base, it can be tailored to exactly the size that you want it to be. Also, a pretty interesting storage feature behind in the shower, and hard surface walls without any grout lines, just one big slab, and it's really beautiful. Freestanding tubs, still here, still incredibly popular. Like I was saying before, we're either seeing no tub or a beautiful freestanding tub. And then accessories that come along with the tubs, like the tub tray that you can see on this one. Just time so that you can actually enjoy your bath. You can put your glass of wine, your book on there, and you can spend some time in there. We are seeing some clients wanting to put televisions in their bathrooms. People are wanting to spend some time here, and it's really making us customize bathrooms for the way that people want to use them. This was the National Kitchen and Bath Association's winner for contemporary bathroom. A really interesting freestanding tub. It was pointed out to me today that this might not work so well in Saskatchewan, that it feels like it's going to be cold. But picture it in the middle of the summertime. But what a beautiful surface. We've got large format tile. We've got the freestanding tub, and then just lots of nature, lots of light. Customizing things for how you want them, or for your kids, or doing something interesting because you're feeling creative. We're seeing lots of that too, and there's really some beautiful tile options to be able to do that. This is a great example. Pinks, we're seeing these red pinks coming back, but also this is an incredible kids' bathroom where somebody really wanted to get creative and make it fun. Luxury vinyl flooring. So vinyl used to be a swear word in our world. It's not anymore. There's some really beautiful LVTs and LVPs, so luxury vinyl tile and luxury vinyl plank, that really, it looks like natural products. It's better in a wet environment. It can last, and it's easier to install, so you can save a little bit of money doing it that way. And they really do look natural. You'll see this one is a wood pattern. Again, floating vanity, light coming in, freestanding tub. It's following kind of the same trends. And just another kind of similar example of natural wood looking vinyl flooring. Bold patterns. So again, that creativity is seeping in. We're seeing bold patterns. We're not seeing kind of like the Art Deco-y kind of stuff that we had before, but it's more of an intricate black and white without just the squares that we were seeing. So kind of a more interesting pattern. Still lots of black and whites. I really like this copper tub that you can see in the tub shower enclosure. Just kind of brings out that kind of natural feeling. And then the window again is amazing. Tub shower enclosures we're seeing, that people are combining their freestanding tub into their shower. Oftentimes we'll see it because it is a little bit easier to make use of a small amount of space. Sometimes it's difficult to find a spot for your freestanding tub, but also it can just kind of gives you a little bit more of a comfy, warm, humid feeling when you're in the bath. So it's also kind of nice that way. Another bold patterns. Chroma and aroma. So there's some smart features that are coming into bathrooms that obviously everybody needs. Chroma so lighting in showers, and you can set it to your preferences. Aroma, you can add aromatherapy products into the shower, and you can have a really nice smelling, experience. And then lighting and music and those kinds of smart features are all being combined in the bathroom. Heated floors, definitely. Tile and LVP or LVT can both be heated. This is the Schluter heating system. We've been using it a lot lately, but it really makes it easy and flexible for us to heat underneath your flooring. And it's just such a luxurious feel when you're in there. And then again, storage solutions you're seeing in this bathroom. You're seeing wood and naturals. Gold and brass, I mentioned it before, it's here. It looks beautiful. And it's really still gonna be here for a while. So I would consider gold and brass if I was looking at my bathroom. Here's a good example. I really love this one. Teal is a big color this year, and the gold goes so nicely with it. Patterned backsplash or walls, hard surfaces. We're also seeing a lot of that. Same kind of concept, just a little bit different style. And then the walls on this one's full slab walls, and it's full slab of porcelain actually, not real tile. So it's safe for a wet environment and looks incredible. Black frame shower glass doors. This came into our world 3 or 4 years ago and is still here. I I've heard different opinions, split opinions on them. I really like them, obviously in the right situation. These ones are quite modern and really beautiful. Notice integrated lighting in the mirrors again, and floating vanity. Easy to clean surfaces. It was pointed out to me by my wife that this is not the best picture for this, because underneath the vessel sink you could have some difficulties. But solid surfaces, not a lot of grout lines, a toilet that has a full skirt around it. That's what we're seeing. Medicine cabinets are making a comeback. We haven't seen that for a while. They're a little bit different than before. They tend to be designed in a little bit more than we were seeing before. So I haven't seen any pictures of medicine cabinets mounted on the outside of the wall, but built in and then having a nice pattern around it really looks great and is a really clever storage solution. Mixed metals are here, blacks and coppers, golds and blacks, chrome and black, brushed we're starting to see. So it's not like this, if you pick one, you got to pick it everywhere. Another example of integrated lighting. Again, this one's by Ruby. This is one of our lines. And then just personal. People are doing what they want. So trends are one thing, trends come and go. This year, and it makes me really happy to see that people are coming in and wanting to design what they want to design. And we're so happy to do that. This was a kid's bathroom that those were their kids' favorite colors. So they wanted to have that on the wall and they got it on the wall. It might not be for everybody, but people are spending time in their houses. I feel like people are maybe not thinking about resale as much as usefulness of their house. Not saying that that's what everybody should do, just that it seems like that's a trend that we're in. And it's really kind of fun, creative, what people are coming up with. And then just minimalist in general. We were really seeing a lot of traditional up until this year. And now it's clean, not a lot of intricate details. And then again, natural light. So the trends are pretty clear to me. Smart, natural, functional. That's really what it comes down to. Some keys to success when it comes to renovating your bathroom. First of all, there is so much information available out there. Start by generating ideas. You can put together idea books on Houzz or Pinterest, and one picture will lead you to the next picture that'll lead you to the next picture. And it's so helpful when you come into our showroom when you have a whole portfolio full of ideas that you can share with our designers so they can really see your concept. Because it's really about bringing your concept to life. Maybe you didn't like any of the pictures that we went through today. That's totally fine. We can make what you want come to life, and that's what you really should be looking for. Know how much work there is to be done before you start a project. So renovations, you can jump right into them. But if you're not prepared, if you don't have a proper plan, if you haven't procured all the materials that you need first, if you haven't really thought through the entire process, it typically runs into a pretty rough go for the renovation. So be aware of all the steps that happen before it's done. Working with a designer to come up with a great plan is a great first step for that. Not everybody can do that, or everybody wants to do that. But do take the time to make sure that you have decided what's going where in advance, that you have a pretty good idea of what's behind your walls before you start as well. Get to know your contractor. So there are some really incredible contractors in our city. There are some that aren't as great. It's a buyer beware when it comes to that market. There are some really great Renomark certified renovators. The Home Builders Association has put together a really great program just to make sure people know what they're doing and that they are going to be able to stick around. There are some really great independent contractors out there, but you do take on a little bit of risk. It's one person who is running their own business, and it's all dependent on them. And you probably can get that for cheaper, and they might be incredible. But you are taking a risk that that person might not be here to complete the project or to follow up with it afterwards. So there are some benefits of going with a company that has some extra overhead and will be here to warranty the product. It's really a risk-reward kind of decision for you. But I do really encourage you to look for that Reno Mark certification, because it means that the contractor has invested enough in themselves to at least take some courses to prove that they know what they are talking about, or to learn what they need to learn. Sticking to the plan. So once you start a project is not a great time to decide you want to do something different, and can cause incredible delays and a lot of frustration. So once you've come up with it, we've got some really great tools, 3D rendering tools, so that you can actually probably experience your space before we do it. Because once we're in it, yes, we will stop the project and change what you want, but it really makes things a lot more difficult and can throw our whole timeline off. And roll with the punches. Renovations are not perfect. We do find things behind walls. Sometimes we make some mistakes. We've had some product availability challenges lately, and so some schedules have been off. And we don't like it. We try to get better all the time, but renovations are not a perfect world, and so you do need to be able to be a little bit flexible. Our promise is that at the end of the day, you're going to be really happy. Sometimes we do hit some roadblocks, but we will always make it right, and there's lots of companies out there that will do the same thing. So thanks so much for being here with me. I think we're going to get into some questions, and I love this stuff. I had so much fun here. Thanks, everybody.
All right, well, thanks so much, Michael, for all those amazing tips and tricks and bathroom trends. We are now going to be heading into our live question and answer period. So there's still time to send in your questions. So if you have any questions for Michael, the expert, now is the time to submit them in the YouTube chat box below. All right, it's now time for the question and answer period. Are you ready for the hot questions here?
I think I can take it. I hope so.
Okay, I actually have a hot question to start with.
Oh.
The vessel sinks, you don't like them. Is that a fair statement?
I guess I made that kind of clear.
You know what? We have vessel sinks in every single bathroom in our home, and I'm on board with your hatred for them. They are messy, they are hard to clean. We have a shallow vessel sink too. So I hear you. I feel the sympathy for the vessel sink.
So you're proving me right.
Yes,
Good.
I'm proving you right. As soon as you said that, I said, I agree. I agree with that. So, but let's head on to some questions from the actual audience here. Okay, so it's 2021. We are still in a pandemic. What are some of the biggest renovation challenges your crews are facing during the pandemic?
So it started with just being a little bit uncomfortable of having us around. I think we're past that now.
Yeah.
Now it's turned more into product availability, people going into lockdown and us having to reschedule our renos because we can't be in their house.
Yeah.
And just kind of all the logistical things that come around.
Yes.
So scheduling's been a little bit challenging. Right from the beginning of COVID, we took it really seriously, and we had everybody trained on wearing masks and gloves and making sure nobody's in their space. And our guys have done a really incredible job of that, and I think everybody in the industry has taken that really seriously. But from a getting product and getting jobs done perspective, it's been a challenge.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that at any business these days, I mean, obviously everybody's had to adapt, right? And so obviously your business is no different, you've had to adapt. And I think the nice thing to see just in our communities too is how adaptable people are and understanding, right? So I'm sure you have that with your clients too, that yes, sometimes it's hard to get things or scheduling issues, but hopefully you've seen kind of the, you know, the nice side of everybody, right?
Everybody's been great.
Yeah, good, awesome. Okay, so moving on to this follows right up with it. What COVID-19 protocols are in place to ensure that your workers are keeping people safe?
So right at the beginning of this, we stopped what we were doing and we had some training sessions and made sure that everybody was going to be wearing masks all the time, well before it was mandated. Gloves we wear. In renovation projects, we actually only invite homeowners to come look at the projects at specific times. It used to be that people would like to kind of hang out with us and watch
try to see what's going on.
But we try to keep some distance there.
Yes.
Definitely distancing within everybody's homes. Whenever we're sending anybody into a home, we're asking homeowners if they've traveled anywhere internationally, if they have any symptoms or if they've been in contact. So they get a risk level and we assess that. If it's something, if they're not a level 0, what we call just very low risk, and it's something that can wait, we put it off. If it's an emergency situation, then we get our proper PPE with, you know, an N95 mask and a face shield and a full gown.
Which is a little tricky to do all these little detail
it's not usually the renovation work that we do that. That's usually, you know, no heat calls or water leaking or that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but that's good. That's good. That's what everybody's had to do, and it's great to hear too that your business is doing that as well. So are the clients at home then when you are doing renovations at this point? Obviously last year maybe it was kind of, you know, nobody's around anybody, but will clients be home when you are doing the work?
Typically, yes. And that kind of is what we feel sets us apart a little bit, is that we only have technicians that you'd feel really comfortable leaving your children around or your elderly parents around and not have to feel like there might be something wrong. So we're doing work in people's homes while they live there. And it's kind of a totally different thing than building a new house or, you know, the experience really matters.
Well, because I mean, at this point too, it's like we're supposed to be staying home, so it's like, where are they going to go anyways, right? You can't really go out for, you know, an afternoon. Now that it's getting nice outside, it's a little bit easier, but that's good to see that you guys are all taking the proper precautions. So, all right, so let's move on to some more bathroom specific questions here. How much does a typical bathroom renovation cost?
Well, that's a bit of a difficult question to answer, but if you're doing everything in the bathroom and you're pulling all the fixtures, doing flooring, painting the walls, and putting in a new tub or shower, our kind of entry-level package is about an $11,000 change out.
Okay.
We've had bathrooms that have been $100,000.
Yes.
Typically, we're kind of seeing in the 15 to 20 range. Once people are bringing in some tile elements and some other things to it. The NKBA study. It said 20 to 30 was what designers and architects were seeing. So it doesn't help much to answer the question. We also do smaller jobs as well. That's just a shower change out, and those can be $3,000, $4,000, $5,000.
Yeah, but that gives a good range, right? Everybody always wants to know how much is this going to cost me, right? You want all the fancy things, and then it's like, oh, $100,000, and maybe that's not in the budget this year.
Yeah.
So well, that's great. All right, so we have a question coming in here, and it says, I have a bathroom that needs some love. Where is the logical place to start?
To me, the logical place to start would be on Houzz and Pinterest. I find Pinterest a little bit easier because it recommends the next picture when you like one, and Houzz does that a little bit, but both of them are great, and Houzz does a really great job of letting you save your idea books into one, and then I guess both of them do that. But I would start with idea generation, and then I would book an appointment with a designer. If it's with us, you come into the showroom, you have an hour-long consultation with a designer who we'll look at your ideas and give you some more ideas and just talk about how the rest of the process goes.
Yep.
There's no charge for that at all.
For the consultation.
Yeah. So
that's probably pretty helpful for your team though, right? Because it's like, well, what do you want? I don't know, right? And so it's probably good to narrow down the ideas with a Pinterest board or something from House, and then you can kind of see what style that you're working with.
Yeah, and usually we can get a pretty good feel if we're the right company for people, and you can get a really good feel if that works for you, without even, spending more than the hour that it takes. And if it does work out, then the next step would be to go to your house, measure, then give you a full estimate, and then you go from there. Then you're off and running.
And then you have to renovate your whole house because your bathroom looks so amazing, and then everything else is just looking a little dingy. Hey. All right. Okay, so a family member has an accessibility challenge. How can I incorporate the latest design trends into an accessible bathroom?
So we saw some of that.
Yeah.
And there's some really exciting options for that. Barrier-free showers and tiled showers can be amazing. Even some of the grab bars that we're seeing are way more decorative.
Yeah.
There's some really beautiful shower seats that can fold up and be there, not be intrusive.
I think shower sheets should be in every shower.
Probably,
you know what I mean? That's it's like, I think those are super handy. Yeah. I love that, the barrier-free. You talked a lot about that, and that totally reminds me of like vacation resorts. Anytime I go to Mexico, it's all just you walk in, and it's just it's just this beautiful waterfall, and and then it's nice to see that trend's coming to back to Canada
and
into our homes.
that trend of feeling like you're at a spa or on vacation is big.
It's a little experience, right? And our lives are so busy, and just to bring some luxury and some sort of kind of luxe into your life in the bathroom, even if it's just for your 15-minute shower, it's just kind of a fun idea. So.
Sure.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, Cindy has a question. What options would you have for a sauna and shower combination? We have a large corner space for a future shower, and I think it would be nice to have a sauna or something in addition to make better use of this space. Is this an option?
Interesting. I haven't seen a lot of saunas. We see lots of steam rooms.
Yes.
So you can get steam nozzles put in, and it can be a really.
Because a sauna is it's just a hot room, right?
Yeah.
Great. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's interesting, actually. Something that I'd love to explore.
Yeah.
Steam rooms for sure, and they're incredible.
Okay, awesome. Something to further investigate. All right, would you ever put LVT in the shower/tub walls since it's waterproof?
I haven't seen it very much, but I don't really know why not. So I would check with my team before I answer that one.
Yeah. Go to the team before you answer that one. Awesome. All right. And can you tell me more about sun tunnels? Are they a good idea? Do they actually work?
I like sun tunnels.
All right.
Do they actually work?
What is a sun tunnel?
So
educate us. Educate us.
Instead of having a big skylight,
yeah.
They've created sun tunnels that it's kind of a dome that goes on the top of your roof, and it comes down and it looks more like a 10-inch recessed light than a real skylight. And you get this beautiful natural light that comes in. Some of the challenges that we've had is some condensation issues inside. You can clean that up. We've had a few challenges with them, but when they're working, they're amazing, kind of like a skylight.
Yes.
So if you're going to do some, make sure you've got a really reputable company working with you to do the sun tunnels.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, for us, we've seen that we've had to go back and fix a few. And it's tough to know insulation levels in attics, and our temperatures drop pretty low, and that condensation issue becomes one. So they can be problematic, but they're really great.
All right. Well, there you go. So I have a question. So you've talked about all these great trends today, and showed everything that somebody could do. What do you have in your bathroom? Is it one of those issues? One of those things like the cobbler's daughter? Is that you make everybody else's bathrooms beautiful, but your own is?
I have quite a beautiful bathroom. We just built our house 2 years ago, and it's actually naturals, stones. We have a skylight in the shower.
Okay.
Actually, now that I'm looking at this year's trends, I could have shown up my own bathroom.
Yes, kind of. Maybe you were ahead of the trend.
Lucky.
You're setting the trends.
Just lucky.
Yeah. Good. Awesome. All right. What trend should we avoid if we don't want to re-reno again soon? And actually, I was
vessel
thinking,
sinks.
Vessel sinks. Stay away from them. Stay away from them. I was actually thinking that too, because I was like, obviously, you know, like the black rimmed glass and things like that. I'm like, that's so trendy. But so she said, I don't want my bathroom to date too quickly. So what should they avoid if they want to, you know, not re-reno again soon? What do you think is
I would be a little weary of the golds brasses. They're here for now, and they'll be here for a while. 15 years from now, maybe we'll be looking at it like we were 5 years ago.
Yeah.
The minimalist thing, I wouldn't be worried about. It's just, it is kind of the new timeless. More traditional will still be around. It's not as popular this year as it was last year, but we're still seeing quite a lot of it.
Yeah. So with minimalist, could you add things too? Because obviously it's kind of, you know, got its sleek look, but with the minimalist look, could you add to it too if the trends change, or would you need to switch it entirely?
You could for sure add, No, it would be pretty easy. You change out a vanity, you know, you change out a few.
Yeah, the fixtures or something like that. Yeah. Speaking of fixtures, at the very start of your presentation, you said something about self-sanitizing faucet. Talk about that. Toilets.
Self-cleaning toilets.
Talk about that. That should be a trend for forever.
It's pretty amazing. Right now they are pretty expensive, the ones that work well. But actually you put cleaning solution in it. You push either a quick clean or a normal cycle, and it either for 1 minute or 10 minutes cleans itself.
Wow.
And it's pretty amazing. It's something to do with the design and the cleaning functionality.
Yeah.
But there's some pretty great technology in toilets. And actually, those same toilets tend to be the ones that also have a built-in bidet or a washlet seat.
Yeah, they're not the
we're
basic.
seeing lots of washlet seats too. That's actually.
And what is a washlet seat?
It has bidet functionality built right into to the toilet seat, and heating and lighting and music and that kind of thing.
It's the next level
great.
for toilets, it
That's
sounds
right.
like.
Yeah, I unfortunately don't have one of those in my bathroom.
So you talked about the skirted toilets as well. So I know that there was kind of a big trend too where the toilet would actually be in its own little separate room. Yeah. Now in the photos that you showed, I didn't really see that. I did see, you know, obviously the toilet would be sort of with everything else. Is that little kind of toilet closet room still a thing, or
is it still a thing?
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. We didn't show a lot of toilets in the pictures.
Yeah,
it's also usually a pretty good challenge in a renovation situation to find the room to be able to put it in its own space. But we are still seeing privacy wanted.
Yeah. We tuck it away.
We're also seeing some wall-hung toilets as well that, again, for cleaning.
Yeah.
It's really easy to get underneath.
Yeah, it doesn't have all the things you have to get in the nooks and crannies for.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so Calvin asks, what is the average cost of the heated flooring? Does it cost lots on my monthly bills to keep the floor heated?
I haven't noticed on my own bill that it's been incredibly expensive. The actual initial installation, as long as you're doing it at the same time as you're doing the flooring, I don't have a number right off the top of my head, but it's somewhere between $1,000 and $1,500 extra to heat a smaller floor.
Okay.
And the electrical consumption, I don't have an answer for that. I'm sorry.
Okay. Awesome. All right. I only have one bathroom in my home. Should I go with a shower or tub?
I can't answer that for you. Whatever you prefer to use.
Yeah.
Or if you do need to consider resale in 2 or 3 or 4 years, then I would think about a tub. If anybody with kids is ever going to move in, they're probably going to need one.
Yeah.
But if it's your house and you're going to be there and you never take a bath, I would suggest not having one.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I think it's just personalized, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I hate curtains on my tub. What do you suggest as a nice looking water barrier?
There's some really great tub shield options. So it's just a piece of glass that's mounted against the wall on one side, and it swivels open and then can swivel shut for when you're showering.
Yeah.
So usually you keep it open, it looks like there's nothing there at all. When you're having a bath, it's not intrusive, but when you're showering, it is a great barrier.
Okay. We actually used to have that one in my house in the 90s.
Oh,
it was glass. Yeah, we didn't have a curtain. It was the glass, and it had the little door that swung open, and it was very we were trendsetters in the 90s.
Track sliding
no,
ones that always came
it's just
off?
exactly what you explained.
Oh,
so it's coming back, just like you said. I know, right? Yeah, I think you're right though. It's like you see these trends that are kind of even like the natural wood and stuff, right? A few years ago, everything was white, or grays and things like that, and now you've seen the natural wood and all those beautiful tiles and things like that. So it's kind of cool to see the trends and how they come back and recycle themselves. And so, awesome.
Yeah, we had a 90s day at work the other day, and I think I could have probably just gone to my actual closet and taken my plaid shirt out and felt like I was back in the 90s.
It's all back.
I went a little further than that.
Yeah, you took it a little further. Awesome. Well, that is all the time that we have for today. Those are all the questions that have come in. I want to say a huge thank you to you, Michael, for sharing your expertise with us. I truly really enjoyed that presentation. It was so fun to watch, and hopefully everybody at home did as well. So thank you so much for sharing with us today. If you want to learn more about Centennial Kitchen and Bath, you can visit Michael's website at centennialkitchenandbath.com, as well as on his virtual booth at homestylesonline.com. Now, I'm going to tie in something you actually said earlier to our next presentation next week. So we do have another presentation coming up next week with our CEO, Chris Garrett. And so you talked about hiring a trusted professional, right? And so our CEO, Chris, is going to be talking about how to hire a professional renovator, all the tips and tricks, things like that, what to look for, what to avoid. So next Saturday, March 27th at 1 p.m., she'll be back on this live stage bringing you all those tips. So that's perfect tie-in for that topic for next week.
Glad I can be helpful.
Yes, exactly. Michael's presentation too, obviously it's live right now, but it will be, we will save it on our website. So you can visit homestylesonline.com and you can watch this presentation after. You can share it with your team.
Hundreds of times.
Hundreds of times, just watching it over and over and over, getting all the trends, taking the notes, building a Pinterest board. Exactly, so that'll be on our website as well. And normally we've been doing the live sessions on Saturday, but we have actually a bonus one tomorrow. So tomorrow, Sunday, March 21st, we are bringing back our resident organizing expert, Natasha from Home Free Organizing Solutions. And she's actually going to be tackling your specific organizing problems. So again, head to our website, homestylesonline.com, and you can submit pictures of your organizational problems, and Natasha's going to tackle them here on the live stage. So again, 1 p.m. tomorrow, definitely tune in to watch Natasha. I want to say a huge thank you to our sponsors today as well, the Star Phoenix for sponsoring our virtual main stage, and North Prairie Developments for sponsoring our little setup that we have here, right? It's kind of nice.
Perfect.
Instead of a boardroom chair, we got these nice little comfy chairs here. So you guys can check out everything else as well on homestylesonline.com, just in case you forgot it. We have lots of contests going on, exhibitors booths. There's lots of contests that they're running as well, so check that out. And don't forget to follow us as well on Instagram and Facebook. We're doing exhibitor takeovers. We've got mini contests, lots of fun things on there as well. And the show runs until March 31st, so definitely stay tuned. And we'll see you guys all back here tomorrow at 1 p.m. for Natasha's organizing session.